Hi, I'm Kalyn Casey, and I'm interviewing Kim Fat. I'm going to start off with some school questions. Did you enjoy school?
Like high school or college?
Both.
I'd say I enjoyed high school, but like in the beginning of like sophomore, because our school we had junior high school and then senior high school. So in high school, like in the beginning, like I didn't really have any friends anymore because like all the Asian people, like we they kind of just got off on a bad start with me, and then it's like, okay, I'm just gonna be a loner. When junior year hit, like that's when I met like a lot of my friends, and like that's when I just started having so much fun and like just enjoying my my school high school life. So that's what made me happy. And then like when I came to college, like I didn't know anyone. I only knew like three people, and like we kind of didn't really like live in the same dorm, so we couldn't really talk. And then I had my roommate who was also Asian, so then we just connected with the Asian group here on campus, and then I think I'm having a really fun time in college.
Good. What kind of student were you?
Um, in high school, like I always went to class, like no matter what. Even if I was sick, like one time I had bronchitis, I still went to class, and like yeah, I was like I did not like I think I missed like maybe 1 or 2 days just cause like no one could pick me up or drop me off at high school, and I just got lazy to go. So just there was days like those. And then in college now, like I think I only missed classes 2 times in the whole year so far. One was when my alarm woke up my roommate but didn't wake me up. So then yeah, I missed that, but I didn't get like penalty or anything. So it was fine. It was a lecture. And then my second time was when I was going on my students today leaders forever trip, and yeah, that's when I had to miss class and I was sad.
What would you do for fun? So what did you and your friends like to do?
When I was a kid, I was really nerdy and I always played video games. Like that's all I wanted to do. Like I just became really introverted, and that's all I wanted to do, just play video games. And then now what I do for fun is just I don't know, just random stuff that like maybe I like to cook with my friends and just make a whole bunch of food just because I can now and I know how to cook. And what else I do for fun is like I go to my film club, which meets every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we just like make films and talk about like what's gonna be happening. So yeah, that's another thing I do for fun.
How would your classmates remember you?
I think my classmates would either remember me by saying something like really loud or like saying something to like make everyone just have like a shocked face. Like I know my political class that I took, like they remember me as the Asian girl that like spoke against how minorities should be able to keep having funding to learn English. So that's how they would remember me as. And then other classes would probably remember me as like just being like a funny, talkative person.
Are you still friends with anyone from that time in your life?
From high school, yes.
So like high school and middle school? Like
So I don't think I associate anyone with middle school. All my friends are like, I was still kind of close to, but like, yeah, they all like, in the college life, and like, they're just on their own. Like, yeah, I'm not even close to we talk here and there, maybe once every 2-3 months. I still I know for sure one person, like from my high school. His name is Brandon, and like, he's like my best guy friend. And yeah, we associate.
what are your best memories of grade school and high school and college and like all the schools, and your worst memories?
So I think the best memory I had in grade school was when like we had track and field day, and then I know for sure like the one thing I could win was the hula hoop, because I was really good at the hula hoop when I was young, and like I would always get first place, so that was always like, oh, I'm so happy, this is what I look forward to. And the worst memory I had was like just I know the specific one was like just being picked on because of my last name, because it's pronounced fat. So like people would be like, Kim is fat, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's like
Sad.
they were really rude about it, and like the teachers just were like, oh, it's just teasing, there's nothing wrong. And then like one day I just cried, and then she thought I was throwing a tantrum, and then it was just like, no, it's pretty much bullying. And like till this day I don't even think she knew like that I was really bullied. And then in my middle school, I think the greatest memory I have is like my 7th grade year, because that's when like I met a lot of my friends, and then we just like all like just had fun. Everyone says like 7th grade was their worst year. That was my best year. My high school, the best memory I can think of is when like, I'm not saying I rigged it, but I kind of won homecoming queen because of the help of a lot of my friends. Somehow, like, I want to say it was rigged because my friend got a hold of a lot of people's accounts to vote for me. Yeah, but no one really cared about like becoming the whatever queen, whatever. So I was just like, whatever, this is just for fun. Don't get mad. And then the best college memory in college had to be just, I think, a lot of stuff, like everything. Like I met a lot of new friends. Like I'm more productive. Like I'm getting better grades than what I used to get. And
Were there a teacher or teachers who had a particularly strong influence on your life? Tell me about them.
the one I can think about is in high school. His name is Mr. Laughlin, and he was my communication, like speech class teacher, and I thought he was really cool. Like I had him like when I first got into the high school, he was my teacher, and like he was just a really cool guy, and like I met him on like the first day of school, and then I don't know, he just always had like an influence. Like anything he said was just like, oh, it's really memorable.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like, did he like relate well to the students? Because I feel like when teachers can like understand the students a lot, you know, then you kind of can develop that relationship with them.
I don't think he like related a lot. I think he just like had like a good personality where people
Okay.
like
Easily
people,
like understood and
yeah.
just okay. Do you have any favorite stories from school?
One of my favorite stories was in Japanese class. Back in junior year, we had like Japanese. We had a break and then Japanese class. So then, what I would do is I would go and run to the cafeteria to like get some food and then go back to class, and then like just basically bring food to class, which is like really bad. Like at my school, is like they weren't strict on it, but they're like, don't do it.
Yeah.
So then one day we had a substitute teacher, and I was in class, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go run to get some nachos. So then I like ran to the cafeteria, and then like I was bringing my food, and then I saw teachers on every corner, so I didn't know what to do. So I basically like stuck the nachos under my shirt and just I just walked like casually to my class. And then once I got to class, like everyone was like, "Oh hey Kim," and I like pulled out nachos. I'm like, "Let's eat some nachos." And then everyone was like, where did it come from? And it's like, I think that was one of my funniest memories I've
That's
had.
funny. Okay, so moving on to some love and relationship questions. Do you have a love of your life?
Yes. Yeah, I would say I do.
You didn't sound too
I don't
sure.
know. I don't think he's the love of my life, but I could say he's my lover.
Okay, fair enough. When did you first fall in love?
I think it was in June, like this past June of 2014. I think like it was just like the connection I had with him, and then I just realized like, oh no, I caught feelings.
Can you tell me about your first kiss?
That's a good question. I don't even think I remember it.
What was your first serious relationship?
My first serious relationship is pretty stupid, but I met this guy on an online video game, and like we decided to like go out, and then like we always webcam with each other, and we always talk on the phone and like everything, and then we dated for like 3 years, and like he lived in Texas and then I was in Minnesota, so that was my serious relationship. That was my longest relationship I've ever had with anyone.
Interesting. Do you believe in love at first sight?
No, I don't, because like I think because I've seen people think that they've been in love, and then like they totally just have this like, oh, he's a perfect man for me. But I think love at first sight, like you just fell in love with like his looks and like yeah.
Do you ever think about previous lovers?
I do, just because like I regret like how things ended with with them, and then like it makes me feel guilty inside, and it's like I should like talk to them and like just to find that inner peace in myself to like finally be able to like stop thinking about them and to move on.
What lessons have you learned from your relationships?
I think one lesson I learned is that communication is the key. Like, and it's really common to hear that from people, but it's like it's the truth. Like, if you don't have that communication with each other, it's like
You have nothing.
yeah, you have nothing.
Yeah, I agree. All right, now moving on to some family heritage questions. What is your ethnic background?
So I am half Cambodian, half Chinese.
Where is your mom's family from, and where is your dad's family from?
So my dad's side is from China, my mom's side is from Cambodia.
Have you ever been there, and what was that experience like?
I have not been there, but I do wish I could go.
What traditions have been passed down in your family?
Some traditions that have been passed down is like just continuing on with the Chinese New Year and Cambodian New Year, and just respecting, like learning to like pray to your elders and respecting them. And that's one of the things I can think of on top of my head.
Who were your favorite relatives?
My favorite relatives had to be my uncle because they were the fun ones, and like I think they were the youngest of the family. Yeah, they were the two youngest of them, and they always just wanted us to have a fun time and like just be the fun aunts and uncles.
Do you remember any of the stories they used to tell you?
One of the stories they used to tell me is how they had hair. And like, because they're bald now, and now they have no more hair. So it's like they always, like we see pictures and they'll be like, yes, my hair was so beautiful. And like, I still remember like when I was young, like both my uncles still had hair at the time. And like, there's like this typical Asian haircut where it's like the hair's like goes, I don't know how to explain it. And then there'll be like streaks of like blonde in it. And it was just, it looks so ugly. But I can remember it clearly.
What are the classic family stories, jokes, and songs?
I can't think of anything on top of my head.
That's okay. Moving on to some more random great questions. When in life have you felt most alone?
I think it had to be my 10th grade year because like I basically like stopped talking to everyone, and like my 10th grade year to my second semester of junior year is just I felt really lonely and just I didn't want to talk to anyone because like I don't know, no friends, so it's like I just stopped talking.
If you could hold on to one memory from your life forever, what would that be?
I think can it be a big memory? Like I want my memory of my family, just like everything that like ever happened with my family and I.
How has your life been different than what you'd imagine?
I don't know.
Okay. How would you like to be remembered?
Just to like I had done something different in my life, like just something that I have accomplished and that I'm recognized for.
Do you have any regrets?
No,
What does your future hold?
I don't know.
If this was to be our very last conversation, is there anything you'd want to say to me?
You're a really good friend, and I'm glad I met you in COMS class.
Thank you. For your great grandchildren listening to this years from now, is there any wisdom you'd want to pass on to them? What would you want them to know?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, last question. Is there something about me that you always want to know but have never asked?
Yeah, why do you like pink? Like, you don't even look like a person to like pink.
I don't know, I just love pink. Like, I think I used to like purple and blue, and then like all of a sudden I just switched to pink. Like, I don't know, and like I've been obsessed with pink ever since. Like, I don't even know why, I just really like the color pink. Thank you.
Thank you.